Hey folks, welcome to Two Finger Spirits. I am so happy today. I've been waiting to do this video. I've been wanting to do this video. I can't believe I got this bottle. Let's introduce the camera guy first.
Hey, I'm back here.
The live studio audience. I'm Brandon. Nobody cares. But we got Jack Daniel's Single Barrel 2021 Special Release Coy Hill High Proof. Can you believe I got this?
How did you even get this?
You know, I saw it on Facebook. I saw that it was coming around. I've been, waiting about a month for it. A couple friends sent me information on it. This is Jack Daniel's 4th year of doing a special release. This is the first one I've got, and I'm proud to say I got it from Frank's Package Store in Guilford, Connecticut. I was talking to him over the weekend. I said, if you get this, I really want it. And Evan from Frank's called me. He said, we got it. He said, it's yours. I was nervous. I'm like, oh my God, how much are they gonna want for it? He sold it to me for like 80 bucks. MSRP is 70. I got it for 80 bucks, 85 out the door probably with tax. I don't even know what this is going for secondary. Too much, right? Too much. But
too much. And that says a lot about a package store that would do something like that.
Yeah.
Sell a bottle at a reasonable cost to a loyal customer. So, we love Frank's Package Store in Guilford.
I love Frank, yeah. I love Frank's Package Store. Evan, this is not the first time Evan's helped me out. So I went there. He called me while I was out on a date with my wife. Called me. I went right there right when I finished my meal. I was like, see you on the town over. I got the bottle and I opened it right there on the counter. Let's try this together. You got to give love to your friendly neighborhood package store, right?
I completely agree. So we're very lucky we have a bunch of them around here.
This might be a little bit. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
But this might be a little bit longer video because there's a lot of details to kind of go over. This is the 4th annual release. So this release was pulled from 250 to 300 barrels from the 4th tier Buzzard Roost of Jack Daniel's Rickhouse, number 8 and 13. This one is from Rickhouse 13. It's on Coy Hill. It's the highest point of their property, of the rolling hills of their property there, right? So all the it's up high. All that variant in weather and the heat and it really draws the liquid in and out of the barrels, and water molecules are smaller than alcohol molecules, so those run off first. They escape out first. Let those angels have that, right? The angel share.
They can have all the water they want.
And it leaves this nice, dark, profound, very deep flavor, right? It's deep, rich flavor. Where in the lower end, more alcohol will sweep out and it'll be lower proof. But up there, the proof really gets high. So this is the highest proof that Jack Daniel's has ever bottled.
So what is the proof of this actual bottle that we have?
The one that we have is 142.4.
I'll take 142.4.
What they've bottled ranged from 137.4 to 148.3.
148.
There was barrels that they had that were hitting over 150, and they said, no, you can't bottle that because it will pop the cork. The vapors will blow it out. They say don't even let this sit on its side, because of that much, it could pop the cork.
Really?
Over 140, you can't even take this on an airplane. But this isn't the highest proof we've had.
No, what is it?
The Obtainium was 147.7, I think. I think we had 2 Obtainiums by Cat Eye.
I want to say those Obtainiums are like...
Those were fantastic, right? one
of the most amazing things that I've ever experienced, and when you were never able to get it again, it was super high proof. And once you get to that super high proof, like that 145, 146 range,
it changes. Yeah,
everything changes.
Yeah,
you even get it. You get some of it on the 142 with this one, which we'll talk about. But like once you hit that 145 mark,
yeah. Once you get over 140, it's different. What's the
the
normal single barrel that we have? It's a
and that's my favorite.
128.1, which is our new favorite, right?
Without
We're loving that one. So let me carry on here. The highest proof whiskey Jack Daniel's ever bottled, Coy Hill Proof bottlings. It's the purest form, straight from the barrel with minimal filtration. So it's still dumped through the 10 feet of the sugar maple that the typical Tennessee whiskey is done with. There's only 27,000 bottles of this. right?
27,000 bottles.
27,000 bottles put out. The Jack Daniel's Master Distiller is Chris Fletcher. The mash bill, same as ever. It's 80% corn, 12% malted barley, 8% rye. There's no age statement, but it clearly reads on the neck label, the entry date for the barrels, August 17th, 2012, bottled on September 24th, 2021. That's 9 years.
So
3,325 days.
that's a lot of days.
That's a lot of days. This proof is 142.4. It's mellowed through the 10 feet of sugar maple. MSRP is 70. I got this for 80. I'm so thankful. Let's talk about the color.
Yeah, this color is fascinating. Let's talk about it.
Look at that color. I think that's the darkest whiskey I've ever seen.
I totally agree. That's dark.
And the legs on it are just out of this world. I don't know if you can see them, but they come out like a claw scratch. Like it just goes...
Beautiful.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I've had coffee that was lighter color than that. And that's what Chris Fletcher was saying. He says he's been to diners at 3 a.m. that served him coffee that were lighter than that. Look at that.
Wow.
It's gorgeous, right?
Really dark.
Yeah. Let's taste it.
Okay.
I tell you what, that color is something else, isn't it?
Dude, out of control how dark this is. Let's go to the nose.
So when you nose this out there, if you get anything over like 100 and something proof, I always leave my mouth open no matter what I'm nosing because it helps the airflow. But with this, you try to nose this without your mouth open, part of your lips a little bit, you're gonna fry yourself, right?
Right. It's got a little heat to it.
Not as much as you would expect though for that proof.
I agree.
You get the char spice.
It's a strong nose.
We get brown sugar, cherries, really, really dry oak, right?
Yep.
And I get some sort of like a dessert there, like I
want to say like a fruit, but like a dark fruit.
Oh, I get cherry, like dry cherries. Like you stuck your nose in a container of dry cherries. That's what I get. Which is
Some craisins?
no, but cherry.
Oh, it's a cranberry.
I mean, it's really like deep and it really full flavor.
Wow.
No banana, which I find Brown Foreman / Jack Daniels is really
We always get like a
banana from them.
flavor.
I get no banana on this. I get
It must get just drowned out because it's the same mash bill, isn't it?
yeah, creme brulee, the barrel char, dried oak, not as hot as you would ever think. Dried cherry.
Yeah.
God, and that's just so nice.
I get some type of baking spice on it.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a nutmeg or a clove, but
I get the barrel spices.
I think that's what it is. All right, can we go for it?
You ready?
Yeah. Mm.
It's so nice.
That first sip is hot.
It dries out everything, right?
Yep.
You try to rub your tongue along, and it's just like rubbing rubber on rubber,
It's
right?
dry.
It dries your mouth right out.
Wow.
But then on the finish, thickens your saliva up, so you're
And
not
now you
left
taste
with
everything.
cotton mouth or anything. But on the palate, I get the dry oak, right? I get a date. I get some light cherry, and the nose was kind of heavy cherry. Palate dry, light cherry. It dries my tongue out big time.
Yep.
And I get some light cinnamon. On the swallow, you really get that the burn from the ethanol, that high proof. It punches you on that swallow.
I had to take a second sip, and so now I can talk about the palate. The first sip was hot.
Yeah?
I think now that everything's burned off and I'm ready to start flavoring, the tasting stuff, the flavors.
Yeah?
Give me a second. You could really, really dissect it. On your second and third sip. Like a leathery,
I definitely get leather on the finish. Is that what you're talking? You get it on the palate? Or
I'm talking about it, and like on the palate.
Really?
You know, a little bit of leather. That's normally a finish.
I don't get the leather until after I swallow everything. It thickens up my saliva after drying it out. I get deep, dark, dried oak. I get the barrel char. I get leather. I get caramel. And there's like cinnamon kind of interwove from the palate in and out all the way to the finish.
But not the cinnamon that you don't like.
No, not cinnamon
It's like
anywhere like any of the old Granddad products or anything like that.
It's not that. It's
like
it's like a hint.
It's because the cinnamon from like old Granddad or anything like that is like the candied cinnamon.
Right.
This is like the dried, like a baker's cinnamon. Really, and it's not.
Yeah, this is a cinnamon flavor I like. I don't like the candied cinnamon. I don't like the fireball tasting cinnamon.
And it's
then
not
you get a little
like
bit of that on some of the
overwhelming.
others.
Everything in this is so extremely balanced together. It is really interwoven and interlocked, and like there's no real dominant thing. Even the proof really doesn't knock me over.
I could feel the proof.
Oh God, yeah.
But you would think that it would be harsher than, or like a little more tougher to take than it, and it's not. It's just pleasant. I think the first sip, really.
The first sip, you got to dip your toe into the water on this one, right?
Yeah, this is not a cannonball.
And this is not a whiskey for a newbie. You've got to be a whiskey drinker. You've got to be a high proof lover.
You have to like high proof. If you like 80 proofs, you will hate this.
You will hate this. You won't even understand it. You won't even comprehend it because all you'll get is burn. But when you started drinking whiskeys, you liked 80 proof whiskeys.
I did.
You were a tequila drinker, and a lot of those tequilas are 80 proof.
It took me a while to warm up to the higher proofs. Then I started getting to around 90s. I was like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah.
Then I got into the bottle and bonds, and then once you know it, the higher the proof, the better. Because I think once you start getting into it, you can really start tasting.
And now your favorite is the single barrel that they always put out.
That is my absolute.
And I think it's my favorite now too.
I'm surprised that I would love a Jack Daniel's product as much as I did, because I always felt it was so commercialized.
I always crapped all over Jack Daniel's. The old number 7, right?
Yeah, I love these napkins.
Yeah. Oh, this is a classy joint. Look at the color difference here.
Whoa.
Let's try this up against it. Here's yours.
Thank you.
Let's look at this color difference if you can capture that on the camera.
Try the best I can. It's significantly lighter in person. Oh no, you can see it on the camera.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll even switch sides for you. Same deal. Significantly lighter.
Give me my whiskey back.
Oh, quiet.
Even the nose is considerably different.
It turns like single barrel proof. It smells like an 80 proof.
Right? Yeah, I mean, that's got like an orange vermilion color. This is dark and profound. You could tell it's kind of probably the same beast.
Looking at it from a distance on that shot,
Yeah.
you can't really see it. But when we brought it close, you could really see it.
And I can, the legs on it are similar to me, where I see those like, it looks like 4 claw marks rubbing down. I love when I see that in my Jack Daniel's single barrel. It is so cool the way it hugs the glass. Yeah, definitely deep dark cherry on this one. That dry oak. It's like this on steroids.
Yes, it's like, hey, how do I make my favorite whiskey better? I know, higher proof.
It still dries out your tongue.
But not the way the other one does.
It doesn't feel quite as viscous as this one.
No. No,
Boy.
and actually, and really after drinking that, it's like 120 something
These
proof.
bastards ruined my favorite whiskey for me.
No, they definitely did.
Now I can only get this one once a year? When am I going to throw it out?
I'll drink it.
No, I do love this. I love the Jack's single barrel, but boy, this is a whole nother ball game, right?
Brandon, I have to say, I'm like really grateful that Frank's Package Store came through, you came through. What an opportunity to taste something like this.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I'm blessed.
Yeah, we're very lucky. If you had an opportunity to taste this, you want to talk about it, shoot us a comment. We'll talk about it with you. This has been what an experience.
It's so good. Before we end this, I just want to send out a quick shout out to BD Wilcox. He comments on a lot of our videos. He's very insightful. He's very gracious. And he was talking about our Dalmore video, and he said, you know, you can't really judge Scotch that way. We're kind of downing the proof. We like high proof. Dalmore was 80 proof. But he says that the Scotch comes out of the barrel at a lot lower proof, so to get it down to 80, you're not adding as much water as, say, a high proof bourbon or American whiskey. And that's why, I mean, because the flavor on that was fantastic.
Interesting.
Yeah, so, and that was a very good point, and I want to thank him for commenting on it. Please, if you hear something we say stupid, I say a lot of stupid things, call me out on the comments. I love to learn about whiskey, and, you know, hopefully we'll learn from each other, right?
I appreciate that one.
Yeah,
so thank you so much. You know what? The more we talk, the more we learn, and the more fun we have.
Right.
So, cheers, everybody.
You got anything else you want to add about this one? Well, it was Henry David Thoreau. He says, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined and drink those special bottles of whiskey. Don't be hoarding these bottles of whiskey. You could die tomorrow. I might kill you tonight.
I hope not. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.